Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhavatapa Pranashinne Ananda Ghanamurtaye Jnana Bhakti Pradayinne Matastubhyam Namo Namaha. Jai Ma. This incident is in the book, but I'm still talking about it. When I was very little, I had that little tutla language, babyish language. And my father had taught me this pranam mantra, Bhavatapa Pradakshine. So obviously I had mugged it up. I was very little. And he took me to Ma. And he said, Ma was standing and he said, now say it to Ma. So what I said was, because he told me later, he wrote it down and gave it to me, that this is what you said. It was Bhavatapa Pranashinne Anandamayee Gyan Bhakti Padaine Mata Tubhyam Tabotame. This is what I said. And Ma looked at me and said, Shabash, very good. Shabash is well done, kind of thing. See, it is the bhav that is most important, nothing else. I couldn't even say it properly. But Ma knew that I was trying to say it very sincerely. So that is what really is what you need, when you approach Bhagwan. It's not that, I have to do it this way and correctly and this and that. If your bhav is right, everything is okay. Okay, now, the thing is, we are talking about my transformation. So I'm sure you're getting that slowly, how I was getting into the mold of spirituality. That's the whole graph that I'm trying to, all these stories that I'm trying to tell you is to make you realize how slowly I got into the mold. And how beautifully Ma planned it for me. So, like somebody had asked me, was your transformation slow? How did you feel? All those things. It's really, I just don't know. I was just getting into the stream. And when you're in the stream, you really don't know whether it is high, low, whatever, you're just in it. Now, when all this was happening, I had this intense desire of being a Brahmachari. Now, in my past life, that is before I was a Sannyasi, I was a Brahmin, born in a Brahmin family. And we are Nagars, Nagar Brahmins. Like how in Bengalis you have Kulin Brahmin, which is like supposed to be Sarvashresht, Similarly, in us Gujaratis, Nagars are supposed to be on the topmost kind of caste system. Today, obviously, I'm nothing. So, I always had this feeling that since I'm a Brahmin, I want to do everything that is required of a Brahmin sharir in this lifetime. So I wanted my Yagnopavit, my Janoi. And Ma had given the Janoi, the Yagnopavit, to so many girls in our ashram, so many ladies, so many great sadhikas. She had, given them the Yagnopavit and made them the Brahmacharis. So I had this intense desire that even I want to be a Brahmachari, and it went on stirring within me, that I want to do this, I want to do this, now where do I go? So obviously I went to Swami Bhaskaranandji. Bhaskaranandji, like I've said earlier, was Ma's right hand man, and it's very difficult to get saints like this. Ma used to say, Bhaskar, Bhaskar hai, Bhaskar jo bhi kare wo puja hai. Means there's no one like Bhaskar. She used to call him Bhaskar. So no one like Bhaskar, whatever he does is puja. So he was something else. Okay, so I went to Swamiji and I said, Swamiji, I want my Yagnopavit. I want to be a Brahmachari. So can you give me my Gayatri? So he looked at me and said, no, not yet. So I said, not yet? So he said, no. So I said, okay. I was disappointed and all that. And then I spoke to Swami. Before that, I spoke to Swami Nirvananji. And Ma had said about Swami Nirvananji, Nirvan jab bhi puja karega, ye sharir wahi hoga. Means whenever Nirvananji does puja, this body will always be with him. He's another one. So I spoke to Swami Nirvananji and I said, there is a whole ritual involved in when you get your Gayatri, So he said, if Bhaskar agrees, then I will definitely do your ritual. All the rituals that are supposed to be done for you, I will definitely do all those pujas. I said, great. Then I spoke to Swami Bhaskaranji and he said no to me. And I called up Nirvananji and I said, he's refused. He said, well, what do we do? I said, nothing. So then time went by, okay? Many months or probably a year went by. And one day I was sitting in Bhimpura Ashram for the Sanyam Saptah, which is end of January, 31st of January it begins every year and it ends on the 7th of February. So I was there for the Sanyam Saptah and I was sitting in Dhyan. So in the mornings there is Dhyan and in the afternoons there's Dhyan, meditation period, 1 hour. So when I sat in Dhyan, suddenly I got this wave within me saying that I want it now, to be a Brahmachari and to get the Yagnopavit. It was a very strong thing that came up, in the meditation. So after the meditation got over, I ran to Swami Bhaskaranji. Now that day it was his Maun. He used to keep Maun for a whole day. And I think it was, don't remember exactly, but I think maybe it was a Monday or something, I'm not very sure. So I ran and one of his sevaks told me, today Swamiji is in Maun. I said, yeah, he's in Maun today. Now what do? I need to talk to him. So he said he's downstairs in the cave, where Ma used to sit. In Bhimpura Ashram, there is a cottage and where Ma used to be and Swamiji used to stay there then. And underground, there is a little cave where Ma used to sit. So he was in the cave. So I went down and he was in Maun, but I could speak to him. Sorry, today I don't know what's happening. So I told him that Swamiji, I want my Diksha into Brahmachari and I want to do this, it's desperate, I'm desperate. So he was writing down everything and giving it to me because he was in Maun. He said, why do you want it? I said, because I have a Brahmin sharir, Brahmin body. Because that time I was Neeta. And I said, I want to do this very badly. And I want to do everything that is required of a Brahmin body in this lifetime. I want to finish everything, So it is an intense desire within me to become a Brahmachari. I was already in white clothes. I was wearing a white sari instructed by Ma, and Ma had also told me to be a Brahmachari. So I said, I want it to be done properly with the mantra and everything. He looked at me and he said, no, not now. It's very difficult. He wrote down everything. He said, bahut kathin hai. Like it's very difficult. So I said, why is it difficult? So he was writing down everything and giving it to me. Then he told me to call his sevak and he also came and he was writing down and whatever Swamiji was saying, he was translating and telling me. So he said, see, this is a Purascharan that you have to do. It's a 3.5 years process where you have to stay near the river, any river, like Narmada ji hai, to you can stay in the ashram. If it is Ganga ji, you can stay in Haridwar ashram, or you can go into any river, even if it is not an ashram, but you have to stay by the river side. And 3.5 years, you cannot go out. Supposing you are in the ashram, you cannot go out of the gate. So the rules are very strict, and 5 times I think you have to have a snan, a bath in the river, whether it is winter or summer. So like 3:45 in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, in the middle of the night, early morning again, you have to go and take a dip in the river. These are the rules. It's very strict. And you have to finish your jap, as many as you have decided to do, before 12 o'clock, much before 12 o'clock in the morning, in the afternoon, because before 12, then you have to cook your own meal and finish eating before 12. Now, supposing your jap extends and you are not able to finish it on time, then you have to skip your meal in the morning. You can't have your food. So the rules are very strict, and these are laid down by Ma. So he was saying it's very difficult and you won't be able to handle it. So you don't think about it just now, So I said, just now, then what do I do? So he said, no, not now. You continue doing your jap that you're doing. So I was extremely disappointed. And I said, okay, Swamiji, what you're trying to tell me is that I'm not worth it, and this is not in my destiny and I'm not worth it. So he said, no, I'm not saying that. I said, no, you are saying that. And I walked off. I said, okay, Pranam Swamiji, I'm going. You said no to me again. This was the second time. I was mighty disappointed, and when the Sanyam got over, I came home. Now see how Ma arranges everything. Unbelievable. There was an Aulia called Apogee. Aulia is all, there's all and ball sects, spiritual sects. Aulia means a spiritual people of a spiritual sect, a special, very special spiritual sect, who believe in everything. Sufism, Hinduism, Buddhism, they don't have one particular thing that they follow. It's anything and everything. And they are very highly advanced souls, okay? Very highly advanced spiritual people. So I got to know of somebody called Apogee. They called him Apogee. His real name was something else. All his description, everything, what he did, everything is again in the book. So I keep talking about the book, so I have to show you Ma's picture again. For those who haven't seen it. Here, this is the book. So everything is mentioned about Apogee over here. What he was and everything. I think I've marked it. No, I'll have to hunt for that page. So anyway, I had heard of Apogee because in our ashram there were lots of people who used to visit in Pune ashram. They used to visit Apogee and talk to him, and he was a kind of person who never kind of looked at you, because they are always in their own world. All the gods and goddesses used to come visit him, used to have darshan of everybody. He used to speak 10 different languages. So the first time I went to meet him, I really didn't understand him, because Pune ashram, in our local Pune people, they all knew about Apogee. Now, where was he staying? Right behind Pune ashram, Ma's ashram. Right behind that, there was a lane in which there was a devotee staying, and he was staying in that devotee's house. He was almost 90, and very sweet Mahatma, okay. Now, the first time I went to meet him, and I sat in, there was a huge crowd in the hall, in the house. And he would look up in the air and he would clap his hands and say, oh, he would do all this. And I said, what is happening? What is this, So the people I had gone with, Ma's devotees, they had already told me. And he spoke 10 different languages. It would be Malayalam, Telugu, Hindi, English, Gujarati, Marathi, you name it, and every language he knew. So he would quarter sentences in one language, quarter in another, quarter in another. So I really didn't follow what he was talking, Then later, as I went on going to him, I started understanding what he was saying. And the moment a Ma devotee entered, he would clap his hands and say, माँ के लोग आए हैं, उनको चाय पिलाओ, उनको बिस्कुट खिलाओ. He would do that. That Ma's people have come, give her tea, give her biscuit to eat and this and that. And I would say, Appaji, I don't drink tea, So he said, oh, biscuit khao. I said, no, Appaji, I'm fine, He was very sweet. So I met him and I used to go there lots of times. Slowly, I got to know him, as I went on going. Now, Ashok Baba was very close to him. So once or twice I went with Ashok Baba, Tai, and there was, 2-3 other devotees. There was Swami Parabrahmananji, we called her Madhuben. She had also come with me quite a few times. She used to live here in my house whenever she was in Bombay. So I went to Apogee, and what happened from there on will be in the next video. It's a long thing. So I don't want to go on extending videos. Thank you. Jai Ma. Om Bhavatapa Pranashinne Ananda Ghanamurtaye Jnana Bhakti Pradayine Matastubhyam Namo Namaha. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma.